Okay, today we're going to do section 6-1, ratios, rates, and then in a minute we'll do unit rates. I'm actually splitting 6-1 into two sections, so this will be the first one. You're going to have some vocab words. So the first one is ratios. So you need to make sure and write these vocab words down. Okay, ratios is a comparison of two quantities by division. Ratios can be written in three ways, so you have to know the three ways. So you're just comparing numbers or things, okay? So the three ways to write it are A colon B, A to B, and A over B, like a fraction. Okay, any three of these ways. If it tells you to write it in three ways, you write it in three ways, or you can just write it however you want. Okay, so let's do an example. So we have the number of students with jobs is 40, the number of students without jobs is 60. Okay, so we're just going to compare these. Write a ratio for the number of students without jobs to the number of students with jobs. So without jobs is first, so that's 60. So 60 over, and then it said with jobs, which is 40. Okay, and if we reduce that down, 20 goes into 60 3 times, it goes into 20 2 times. You leave it like this. You're comparing. We're not dealing that it's an improper fraction. We're comparing. You can also write it like this or 3 to 2. It's okay that that 3's first. Okay? So number 2, write a ratio of the students with jobs to the total number of students. So with jobs was what? 40. And then what's our total number of students? Well, you add it up. 60 plus 40 is 100. Okay, if you cancel it this way, 4 out of 10, which if you divide by 2, which is 2/5. Or you can have 2 colon 5, or you can have 2 to 5. So it does matter the order in which you put them in. Whatever it's talking about first goes first. Okay, you have to read the problem to see which order it's in. Okay, whoops. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite sections because this is something you're actually going to use. Okay, I actually use unit rates almost on a daily basis when I go to the grocery store. And some of you guys, at some point in your lives, you will go to the grocery store to buy something. And there might be two sizes of cereal, and you need to know which one's best because one might be on sale and the other one might not, but the one that's not on sale might actually be a better buy depending on how much you need. So there's rate. Okay, oops, this should say this should say ratios. Whoopsie, typo. So a rate is a type of ratio. So ratios comparing quantities of different units, okay, which we'll get to in a minute. And then unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. It's also called unit price when we're dealing with money. Okay, so units, to find the unit rate, you just have to divide. I'm trying to see if I have, okay, I don't. Okay, so a car goes 425 miles on 12.5 gallons of gas, and it just says find the unit rate, okay, or unit cost if we're dealing with money. So a car goes 425 miles on 12.5 gallons of gas. Okay, so it wants to know what is the unit rate, meaning if it goes this far on 1 gallon of gas, how far on 1 gallon is what it's asking. Okay, so if it went 425 in 12.5, all we have to do is divide. Okay, so, and I'm just going to look at my notes. You all will be able to use a calculator on these. This is going to be 35, you have to label it, miles a gallon. So that means that this particular car gets 35 miles a gallon, which is important when you're buying gas and things like that. But look over here. When we look, these are tags from a grocery store. And if you look, This says it's $1. It's hard to read it because it's kind of small. This says it's $1.19, but that the unit price is $37.50. That's actually going up. Okay, so that is, maybe it's $1.19 an ounce, and so, oh no, I'm sorry, that's cents. Okay, whoop, forget what I said. So 37.5 cents an ounce or whatever. I can't read if it's, oh yeah, there we are. There's ounces right there. Okay, so you would take 119 and divide it by however many ounces, you get 37.5 per ounce. Okay, let me see some of these. Here we go, 17.9 per ounce. Okay, now these aren't always going to be labeled, so sometimes you have to figure it out. 0.7 cents. I think that's an ounce again. Again, I can't really read it. Okay, and some of these are so small I can't read. I just cut and pasted. Now, I'm not sure what this one is, why this one would be bigger. Maybe it was, I'm not exactly sure what that is talking about. Okay, and so these are things that you're actually going to use in life, and so that's why I really like this section. Okay, let's go to our next one. Okay, if we have 2 liters of water for $1.98, it still wants to know what is the unit price. Okay, so anytime you see unit, you know you're going to divide. So it's saying if 2 liters of water costs $1.98, how much would 1 liter cost? Okay, is what it's asking. So 1 liter. Remember, the denominator is 1. So whenever you're dealing with unit price, the money always goes on the top. So 198 divided by 2 is 99 cents a liter. Okay, 99 cents a liter. All right, you always put the dollar on top. Okay, so now we need to find the best buy. So if we have dish soap, we want to find which one's the best buy. 12 fluid ounces for $1.20, 28 fluid ounces for $2.24, or 40 fluid ounces for $3.60. So remember, you always put the dollar on the top, the money on the top. So $1.20 divided by 12. So $1.20 divided by 12 is going to give you 10 cents. Okay, so this is our first one. Our next one, remember, you put the biggest mistake here is that you don't put the money on the top. Okay, $2.24 divided by 28. Okay, because remember, you want to know how much it is for 1 ounce. So the ounce goes on the bottom. Okay, so this one is 8 cents per ounce, or per fluid ounce. Okay, and this last one, $3.60 divided by 40, which is going to give you 9 cents an ounce, a fluid ounce. Okay, so then you have to decide which is going to be my best buy. Okay, well, this one is 10 cents an ounce, this is 8 cents an ounce, and this is 9 cents an ounce. So this middle one is going to be our best buy. So you would say the 28 fluid ounce for $2.24 is your best buy. Okay, so remember, when you're looking for units, unit rate or unit price, you always divide, okay, because you want 1 to be on your denominator. Okay, and here's a little joke for you, a little dog math.